Welcome to the Dipped in Butter program. Welcome back to the Dipped in Butter program presents new music reviews with Cat and Wes. My name is Cat. Over there, that is Wes. Today we got a new banger for you. We got Rick Ross's "Richer Than I Ever Been." Now, before we even get into the details of this, we have to preface this video by saying Wes and I are both huge Rick Ross fans. I think that needs to be said right away because when you get this deep into an artist's catalog, and we're a new
Yeah.
channel, so we don't really have any prior history on how we feel about Ross before this video. And I think that's important for us to say, no?
Nah, very important. You like say, we're still mitigating a new audience over here, I mean, so they might not know how we fanboy out for Rick Ross, I mean.
Let's get right into it, man. How are you feeling about Richer Than I Ever Been, the new album from Rick Ross?
Ross is one of our favorite artists. As
Absolutely.
we've stated. But Ross is also an artist who has quietly like leveled up to the tier of rap artist that he is. Like I think the people
Slow
who
climbing.
like Ross, yeah, like the people who like Ross really like Ross and have seen this ascension. But like if you haven't been paying any attention, like Ross is kind of in like a high tier rapper level with like the Jay-Z's and the J. Cole, not the Drakes and like the all these people that really respect, what I'm saying, Rick Ross. So it's always good when Rick Ross drops a project, and particularly when it seems like he drops a project out of nowhere. Like I
Yeah, I
follow
enjoy
Rick
that.
Ross enough, what I'm saying. I don't even want to say enough, but like I'm always checking for Rick Ross in some shape, form, or fashion. Like I just bought this nigga's second book that he just put out because I bought the first one and read it. And like the people that Rick Ross gets with to write these books, like really encapsulate how he talks. So it really sounds like he's telling you a story. And I love it, bro. And
It's
like
the talk. I was just
it's
going
the
to ask
talk.
you, as a Rick Ross fan, do you ever find it difficult to explain to people why you're so high on Rick Ross as you are? Because it ain't like he's a punchline king, like, say, a Pusha T or
Right.
flow guy like a Twister or nothing like that. Like, it's really hard to put in words why you feel the way you do about Ross, but I think you just nailed it. Like, it's his talk, it's the way he speaks to you. It's how he means what he says and you know he's walking it. Like, when he says a line, another rapper could say the exact same line, but it's not as heavy as when Ross says it to me.
Right. So, again with the books and like not to say like I'm a music snob, but I ain't really talking to too many people who don't get Rick Ross for what he is. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I've
just
been
not gonna
down,
talk to you.
like hustling hit and then he dropped Port of Miami and I just been a Ross fan ever since, fam. Like there's never
Same.
been a time where he's lost me being a fan of him because he's always to me put out high quality work. And even now it's so funny to go back and listen to Port of Miami and hear the how he sounds, how the music sounds. Like not to say
Right.
that it didn't age well, but Ross again has just
Ascension.
that's what I'm saying. He's just leveled up to this level. Like this is just what we expect from him now. And like there's no harm, no foul from the old shit. But like to keep it current and present with the new album, Richer Than I Ever Been. One, I love the title. Like
Me
that's
too.
right on brand for Ross. And it lets you know, even though you might think like I'm quiet, I ain't doing nothing out here, ain't nothing going on. Cause we spoke about it on the show. Like Ross did drop a single or two that was just kind of like kind of blew in the wind on us
Yeah,
out here. And I
yeah.
was like, damn, I hate that that's happening to my nigga, but we never gonna talk bad about him. So we never talk bad about him. But then he started dropping, he dropped the Outlaws
Ooh, and
from
then
this
that shook
album.
that shook a little bit. That outlaw
I
shake.
niggas got real quiet when he dropped Outlaws. That's all I'm saying. Like, so I know everybody heard it, but everybody ain't speaking about it. Yeah, I mean, and then even he dropped this intro, this little Havana, which I felt and some about when you get a Spanish drug dealer to talk on your record, really like ups to the level. And like not only did the nigga talk on your record, but he like personally thanked Rick Ross for keeping his name alive and all
Love it.
types of shit. And I'm like, this
Love it.
is no pun intended, deeper than rap.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but overall, 12 tracks on the album, I do believe. Out of 12 tracks, I like 7 of them.
Which I like the swindle. I think he gave us a track list early and it only had 10 and then he dropped it and it had 12. So I like being lied to in that
Yeah.
circumstance.
So
You got 7 out
out
of
of
12?
out of the 12, I like 7 of them things. Of course, there's some standout tracks and things on there that we can definitely get to talking about. But again, I feel like we get spoiled with the intros. I love the intro. I feel like it's not a typical Ross intro. It is, but it's not. It's kind of
Yeah,
weird.
I
Like,
agree. I
but it
agree.
it works for this album, and it kind of it sets the tone. And this is one of those, he really gets. I feel like he really gets busy in the first half of this album. Like I said, it's only 12 songs, but like that first half, he really gets to it, and he still gives us some flavor on the second half. So overall, I definitely like the album. I have, it's Double MG forever.
Really quickly, can we get into how it's becoming like an annual Rick Ross album drop thing to just really get back into Birdman's ass again? Like,
Fam, why he's like really like why has him and Birdman not spoken by now? Like I really want them
yeah,
to like squash this thing, but like I always like not leave him alone, but like can y'all just talk it out?
honestly, I like the way Ross talks to Birdman. Like, if anybody can talk to Birdman this way, I appreciate that a nigga of Ross's stature can really sit Birdman down for a conversation.
Ross, there's Hove, there's Puff. Those are probably the only three people I would ever think that could probably say something to Birdman.
And two out of them three people probably are not interested in the conversation.
Exactly. But like Ross, like you're saying, he's not letting up. He definitely spanks him once a year and lets him know, like, I'm still upset. Even though y'all squashed it, we ain't squashed it, nigga. And like until we have a talk, I'm still gonna give you this line or two every year.
I like it. I like it. Where you at with the standouts? What you got?
Standout for me, there's a few of them. Two, the Pulitzer.
On my dick doing biz with Liz Claiborne. Politics, I've been rich so I could pay for it.
I was very I love the Pulitzer. I love the way that he flipped the line, and it was phenomenal to me. Three, Rapper Estates, fam.
Prince of Pill popping, sipping purple rain. Ask me how I feel, I tell you I no longer feel the pain.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the feature this is the feature Benny wanted for his album. And I understand why Ross is giving these niggas these whack features now. He saved the good
For
shit
himself.
for himself. And
Boss.
I'm no bullshit. I'm not making this up for content. I'm not lying for the pod or none of that shit, fam. I threw up after Benny's first line, fam. Like I was driving, I was banging this in the car after he flipped the whole what was it? Is the Thanksgiving? It's a crazy bar. Like I'm blanking on it now, but like, or no, the Kentucky Fried Chicken bar.
Came home with a connect and got started abruptly. That's 5 figures off a chicken I bought in Kentucky.
That's exactly what it is. I threw up after the first bar, fam, and I rewounded it immediately.
Rewounded for sure. I thoroughly enjoyed Benny the Butcher on that feature. We need more Benny the Butcher and Ross songs together for sure. If we don't get
Mhm.
nothing else from this, we need more of those for sure.
Absolutely. And then I think let me see, the other one that I really, really did enjoy. Title track, Richer Than I Ever Been.
The richest that I ever been. The richest that I ever been. Richest that I ever been.
Yes.
Richer Than I Ever Been
I have
that's
Richer Than
the
I Ever
one.
Been on my
Yeah, that's
standouts
the
as
one.
well.
That is the one for sure, for sure. You got anything different?
Richer Than I Ever Been, it definitely it basically encapsulates what a good Rick Ross song is supposed to be, right? And I think that's
Yes.
why I
Yes.
immediately had to write that down. Like, this is what I come for when I come to Ross
Yes.
albums, is these songs. Another one that was like that for me is Made It Out Alive featuring
Made It
Blast.
Out
I
Alive.
had that as my standout.
Them bottom nights, we didn't have no lies. Trying to be a star, had to earn my stripes.
Hey,
That's very
Pot-
Rick Rossy.
hey, partner. I just want to ask you if you remember a few months ago on the pod, I told you something about Blast, didn't I?
Oh, how you gonna ask me that in front of our audience and everything,
Yes,
bro? Like, you gonna
because I
ask us,
did what?
you gonna ask me that
What
in front
better
of
time?
people?
What better time to do it?
Jesus, I
You
still
remember
haven't
what I
done it.
said to you, right?
You
I just want
did.
to make
You
sure you
told me.
remember what I said to you. You
You
don't have to
told me.
repeat it. I just need you to know what I said to you quite
You
a
ain't
few
never let
months ago
okay. You have never
about
let me straight.
Blast.
You told me about Blast months ago, bro.
Months ago.
So I definitely had Made It Out Alive, and then Outlaws. I know
Oh yeah,
Outlaws dropped
yeah,
as a
yeah,
single,
definitely.
but when the single is that heavy, bro,
It
you
is
kind of got to get the gin and juice treatment. Like, yes, it's a single, but yes, it's also that
for sure. And I'm glad that you brought that up because I do have a tendency not to mention the singles that are
Yeah, you're
already came out
conditioned.
on these albums. I am conditioned to that, but I just feel like everybody heard it at that point. And this is the opportunity to talk about something that was, but that is like heavy enough that it absolutely needs mentioned in this conversation because Jasmine Sullivan bodied it, 21 Savage bodied it, fam. Like
21 Savage went crazy. When
fam,
you start
21
rapping like that, 21 Savage?
fam, go back and listen to 21 Savage's very first album, dog. I shit you not. He's been doing that since
Damn, I've
his
been
first
sleeping on his
album.
bars,
And
man.
I think niggas really just got him fucked up because of the way that he look and what they perceive him to be about. But nah, he really been on that shit for a long
It
time.
must be a reason why 21
Yeah,
Savage's phone number is saved in J. Cole's BlackBerry. So I got you.
constantly.
For sure. Skippers. Okay, so look, I know you said you like 7 out of 12, right?
Uh-huh.
I like 11 out of 12. But
Okay,
here's
okay.
the thing that I want you to help me work through, right? Wiggle. Now,
Right.
I don't know if I'm calling Wiggle a skipper or not because here's my thing. The song itself as a whole is not for me, but Ross got busy on there.
He got busy. And listen here, I do have Wiggle as a skipper on the album. For the
Okay.
niggas though, like Wiggle will exist heavily in the stripper world. I guarantee. Like in Florida, this is gonna
Wiggle's
play.
going off.
Wiggle is going off in Florida. I can guarantee that. And again, Ross got busy on it, but like for the masses, Wiggle is probably going to be the skipper. I was actually very disappointed in Imperial High. From the name of the track, I thought we were getting a lot more, and it just didn't deliver from the name of the track. So that's another disappointing. I'll call it a skipper for me.
You
But I
thought you was getting
understand
another one
Wiggle.
of the, what do you call it, Santorini, Greece or whatever? What's the
Yeah, I
place?
thought
You
I
thought
was
you was
getting like
getting
a
another
Three
one of them.
Kings type of joint out of Imperial High for sure.
Okay, so while we talking about getting busy, Wale, this is how you rap.
This
That's
is
how you
again,
rap from now on, Wale. I
fam.
don't want to hear you rap no other ways, bro.
This is
Wale,
another example of this is the feature Wale wanted for his album.
Wale,
Ross just did not
this
give
is
it
what
up.
Wes was talking about last time when he said, "Why you won't just do right?" This is
Why
what we
you
want you
won't
to
see-
do.
that's
This is all we
fam.
want you to do, Wale. Do this every
That's
time.
see, and this is why I fuck with you, fam, because that's the exact point that I was. That's the who I was talking about primarily when I said what I said earlier. Like that's the feature Wale wanted for his album. But specifically to that song, what's the name of that song? I don't want to mince words.
Warm words in a cold world.
Warm words in a because that's a fire track
That's
as
a
well,
fire
fam.
track time.
And I was glad to hear Wale. And I'm not gonna lie to you. This is an honest take. I don't know how I feel about the future verse, but like, hold on, wait. Listen to me. He bodies the verse. I don't know how I feel about its placement on this song. It feels like it does not belong. This feels like this song was reserved for Meek Mill.
On mamas. I'm going to turn my phone around and show you my notes. I wrote down, do not put Future on rappers' rap songs where y'all rapping on.
Where
Like,
y'all rapping?
I love
like,
Future. You love Future. We love Future.
we love
We
Future.
love Future with Rick Ross. But he don't
Absolutely.
belong here on
He
this
don't.
track where y'all are rapping. If Future would have did the hook, this would have been perfectly fine. Don't bring him in on the last verse to wrap up a rapidy rap song.
While his verse was going, like I say, when it first came on and he started doing what he was doing, I was like, yeah, this don't sound like this was for this. But
Yeah.
I literally like had this moment while listening to it. I was like, but the verse is hard though. Like
It
I can
sound
see
like a leave on.
if it belonged where it was supposed to be, like it would really bop harder, but it just don't belong here.
It sounded like it was originally on the song, and then Wale took it somewhere else that sounded more correct. And then Ross was just like,
I
can't
don't
take
even.
Future off.
Yeah, I feel like he was just the fourth quarter. I know Future can get it done. He might owe me a favor type side, but again, like I truly feel
Either way,
like
it does not fit.
I feel like that was supposed to be the Rick Ross Wale Meek Mill song, and I feel
For
like it's a
sure.
missed opportunity.
Overall, how you feeling about the album? Richer Than I Ever Been out of 10. What you got?
Out of 10, I give 7.5.
7.5. All right.
7.5
See, me
on
and
Richer
you,
Than I
we,
Ever
we should
Been.
do a podcast.
I've been thinking about that. I've been meaning to talk to you about that lately. We should
I got
do
I got an 8 out
We
of 10.
should make like t-shirts and shit and like
I got an
some
8
hats.
out of 10 for Richer Than I Ever Been, man. 8 out of
Okay.
10. Very, very solid effort from Rick Ross. It's not his best work, but it's
Right.
certainly not far from the top to me.
For
Very,
sure.
very solid. Meaningful work, right?
Yes.
Like none of
Yes.
these songs just felt like he just was giving them to us. Like this album don't sound like he was trying to get out of a contract to me or no shit like that. Like it felt like purposeful Rick
He's
Ross.
you can tell Ross is like he's again even with the like advancing through the tiers of like rap and being on a certain level of rap, you can tell he's advanced his thinking just as a man and as an adult. Yeah, I mean he's really like translating that well into his raps. That's what I liked about it. Like he was talking that shit on both sides in these raps, and it was like you could really pick up some of them gems that he was dropping. So
Right.
I'm also gonna give let's go production before we go
Let's
cover
go production.
production.
Because the
I'll
most
give you-
important stuff goes last. Where
yeah.
you at with the production?
For production, I'll give him a B. I'm going B on production as well. I enjoy, like you say, I think Some like say the Imperial High, some of the things that I was disappointed in really drug it down for me. I halfway wanted to give it a B minus, but I gave it a B.
I'm giving it a B as well. The only
Mhm.
thing for me that keeps it from being an A, honestly, and this might sound weird, but it doesn't have one of those beats that makes you immediately say, I want to jack that, or
Right,
I can't
right,
wait till I hear three of other niggas on
right,
that, or I want to
right.
sample that myself. It doesn't have
Facts.
any of those, but they all fit very well. They're all very Rick Ross y.
Yeah.
Nothing feels out of place. I was going to mention also on the Dream Doll Wiggle, I really enjoyed the "Needed in My Life" sample. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
peeped
yeah,
that
yeah,
"Needed in My
yeah.
Life"
I did. I did.
undertone.
And
It all went well.
I felt like it was a cheat code, and that's how he gonna get people to really fuck. Because it's like I know
Yeah.
you like that, and that was like you
Remember?
say he was spanking big. He was spanking Birdman, and then he used the big timer joint. And I was like, this nigga Rick Ross is playing those rapper mind games that Kanye be talking about. But like, I
I
get it.
love it.
I get it. And last but not least, we got the two weird pictures for the covers. Even the second one wasn't weird. That first one with the shit was weird. But I'm gonna give him a thumbs up for the cover. He
For
looked like
what
he
he
was trying to get
decided
his
to go in.
GQ on. Yeah, where he decided to go, I'm gonna give him a
Hey,
thumbs up because it looked
Ross was
like that could have been a topic of conversation.
Rose was pump faking the hell out of us with this release, bro. Like one
Yeah.
minute it's 10 tracks, next minute it's 12. One minute he got on gloves with a big ass jewel and he looks like he's going to prom or fucking the Met Gala or some shit. But to be honest with you, I kind of was feeling the Met Gala look, like the cape and the hat, and I liked it.
Once I heard the two tracks, I got it
He
more.
was on board.
I got
But
it more.
I'm giving it a thumbs up. The one that he
Yeah.
resorted to, just the plain, I'm not going to ruffle
Yeah.
no feathers look. It's classic Ross. It's nothing to
It
be
is.
mad about. So since I'm not
Nah.
mad, I give it a thumbs up. Normally, this is where we say congratulations to Rick Ross, but being Rick Ross fans, huge Rick Ross fans, we're going to say thank you, Rick Ross.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for this latest
for sure.
output. We appreciate it. Thank you for dropping it. And we'll catch y'all on the next one.